Yes, indeed. Welcome to Better Marriage Daily, where we give you tips on how to love each other in spite of each other and have a better marriage daily. I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
Yes, Lord. And we are here to have another conversation with y'all. This is episode 27.
Really?
27.
Wow. Blessing.
Phenomenal. 27.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this episode is PDA, public displays of affection.
Okay.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Conditional? What do y'all say?
Maybe.
Talk to us in the comments. What are you down with PDA? You down with PDA? Man, me no way. You down with PDA? Man, me no way. Yeah. So when we first got together, tell them what you told me a while ago.
I reminded him when we first got together that we had a conversation. We were talking about PDA, and he said that he wasn't. Yeah, he didn't like that.
So, by the way, I don't do
that.
PDA.
He don't do PDA, and I was like, okay, fine. But what you didn't know is I didn't either.
Because she didn't do PDA either, but it was worse with her. But for me, PDA, when I was talking to her, the PDA for me though was like holding hands, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, holding hands, and then because we explained it to y'all that when we got together, we weren't exclusive,
right?
So
we were just kicking it.
Yeah, just kicking it. So PDA also kicks into being disrespectful to other people because, even though we've made no promises and we're very clear about what's going on, you still don't want to, be out there all lovey-dovey and then have to explain that and have conversations
that you don't want to have.
So
really.
PDA, no PDA was kind of part of the way I was living, and it fit by the way she was living at the time, and we was cool with it. We was cool with it, and the problem was, she didn't change.
As we became,
I changed.
Yeah, as we became closer and only dating each other, I didn't change. I didn't.
Nah, she didn't change. But it didn't. But I didn't change. Then start all of a sudden wanting PDA.
No.
I just wanted to be more affectionate, and V, if it wasn't leading to something, she wasn't trying to hear that.
Right.
What kissing? For what?
Yeah.
I said, but all those late nights after these gigs in these breakfast spots, IHOPs and the Waffle Houses, and I'm telling the table my must-haves, and I'm like, I like Vicious said it on my song. I like hugging, touching, I like kissing a lot.
Yeah.
I was pretty proud of my kissing, man. I don't even know what I can do now. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. Funny. I don't even know. I'll be like, man, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, bruh, I just want to. And then she got them big old pretty lips too, man. I'll be like, oh, come on now, man. Just want to nibble on them. Just nibble on them. She'll be like, boy, stop. Be like, man. So we went through a long period of no kissing and stuff like that. And then we're gonna be real. We're gonna keep it real here. And I let it go for years. But then at some point I told her, I said, hey, this whole little 3-lick hit a quitter. This little 3-lick hit a quitter. And that don't even make sense.
That don't even make sense.
That don't even make sense.
Ooh, you bring me back. That is too funny.
I'm like,
that's hilarious.
Just and fast too. Can we hold it there for a second? Can we hold it there? And she said, what? And then come back. No. That was 6. I'm like, oh, but it felt like 1. It wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? But she's a numbers person, so it's analytical. It kind of makes sense. I don't know.
It kind of made sense.
All I know is I was like, man, like I said in the last episode, I'm like, I'm the little monkey, baby. I'm the little monkey. You gotta, I'm affection. I need some affection. But I went from no PDA and cool with that to to wanting more affection, not necessarily in public though.
No.
But just more affection. And then after we got together and we were official and everything, got engaged and got married, then, the public displays of affection, that wasn't a problem for me anymore. I think the biggest problem that I had with public displays of affection back then was the lifestyle I was leading. So that may be, something to add to the red lights, the red lights. If they don't like PDA,
red flags,
flag. There you go. The red flags. If they don't like PDA, they may have somebody else that they don't want to know. That they know.
It's possible.
You know what I'm saying?
It's possible.
They may have somebody else.
Not all the time.
But not all the time for sure.
It's just some people are not.
But it's definitely a question to ask.
Yes.
If, why don't you like
question.
PDA? And I was very forthcoming about why. And I said, and my last to seal the deal at the time, I was like, and then, it's not a good look whenever you're not exclusive.
Right.
You're just not. Because
especially when you're not trying to be.
Especially when you're not trying to be exclusive. Especially then. So that was the thing. I was like, man, I don't know. And then we got together, and I was like, but then I want them lips, though, man. I need them lips, man. I told my brother-in-law, he's same thing. He's like, bro, he said, man. He said, when you got a Cadillac. I said, I know when you got a Cadillac. I said, man, just want a nipple on them lips. Yes, Lord. But anyway, so the PDA thing, man. I mean, public displays of affection. So yes or no. So what were your thoughts on it? And what were your thoughts on it when we got together? And what are your thoughts on it now?
Oh, when we got together, I mean, I wasn't in, I wasn't into that anyway. So it was great for me. I didn't have to talk about it. I didn't have to explain it. I was good. I was good.
You think you doing something.
I was good.
I'm real
good.
cool.
I'm like, I'm straight. Okay.
I'm real cool with that. You ain't said nothing but a thing,
straight.
partner.
Yeah, I'm straight.
With your little no PDA. With your little no PDA. Yeah, man. It's a trip, though. It is a trip. It is a trip. Because, in this life stage, I believe you should progress like that and go from, I don't really do that to, I can't see me not doing that.
Right.
It's kind of where I am now.
Yeah.
I can't see me not doing it.
Right.
And, we finally got to the point to where, you're no longer the black belt ninja.
No. Yep.
I can go like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
takes, it's seasons. You know what I'm saying?
She don't even move. I used to go like that.
Seasons.
Yeah, man, it's a trip. But I've always been affectionate, just not publicly affectionate.
Right. Yeah.
And I still don't like walking held in hands.
No, I don't.
And that was one thing we definitely agreed about. Remember?
Yeah.
We were like, the holding hands thing is just awkward. You're taller, you're shorter. Even if you're the same height, you might walk different. You might be right-handed, left-handed.
One may walk faster than the other, and then now you seem like you're pulling the other. Or
but what I can say
to slow the other down. I mean,
I don't know if it's a woman thing or a man thing, but I'm gonna say this: walking in a straight line has not been. So when we don't walk holding hands, we just walking, and she. Yeah. I'll be like, I got to make sure I'm on the side, because if I'm not on the side, I'm gonna trip. Because you used to walk a lot faster. I used to walk fast. I used to be able to walk fast because I was like, I got the LSU pace. Oh yeah, I can get across the whole campus in 5 minutes. I used to have that kind of pace, but then you gain weight and you get older.
Yeah.
And then your joints start hurting, and
then you had to tell me to slow down because I would walk
on. I'm like,
that's being a short person though.
Yeah,
you learn how to move quickly because when you're short, you're having to.
Yeah, so there was no PDA available because she was 5 steps ahead of me, and I just be like, okay, I'm gonna catch up. No, don't wait for me.
I was moving.
I mean, don't wait for me. It's okay.
And still move fast.
It's okay. Don't
At
wait
59, for me. Still walk fast.
59.
Yes, still walk fast.
Still walk fast. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just the thing. I just think affection is something in a relationship that you should not ignore. Now, public display of affection is what we started with, but we're transitioning now into affection in the household, affection in the relationship. So how important was it then? How important is it now?
Then I don't think it was as important early on for me. But as we've gotten older, I've started to enjoy it. I don't think I ever really enjoyed it for one reason or another. I don't know why. But now I've started to, to get used to it and to really, enjoy it.
Being affectionate?
Yeah. It's when you're not when you don't when you're not used to it, it feels forced or strange.
Talk about that, because I think that's a big thing.
Yeah, when you're not used to it, when you didn't grow up with that, you're having to force it, which is uncomfortable.
Yeah, you really did look uncomfortable too.
And I was uncomfortable.
And
I didn't know what to do with that.
Why are you touching me?
Yeah.
You're touching me,
right,
and it's not in the bedroom.
Yeah,
this is weird.
Yeah.
You're weird.
Yeah.
Why do you need so much touch? Why do you need?
I
so
wasn't
much
really
touch?
thinking that.
You're like, why? That's your face. Why do you need?
That
so
was
much
my
touch?
face.
You're like,
okay,
touching me again?
Okay.
Didn't you just touch me last week?
Yeah. So it was uncomfortable because that is not what I was used to. I wasn't used to seeing it. I wasn't, used to that. We just were not that family,
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that I've learned, first of all, when you care about somebody, when you love them, you want to make them happy. And if that's what they need, then that's what you should do. But I had to get comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? So that it wouldn't feel forced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's not one of those things that I feel forced to do. It just feels like I'm just, loving on you. Just, you're my husband, and I've kind of gotten used to it, and I've settled into it, I guess.
Yeah, there's some people who might say that you didn't need to change. That you didn't need to be considerate of the fact that I needed affection. That the fact that you weren't affectionate and you didn't like nor understand it should have been enough. And
for you to be okay with it. No. Because it's something that you needed, because if the roles were reversed and I needed it, then I would expect you to at least try
that part
to give me what I want. And I wouldn't even say want, need.
Mm-hmm.
So when you care about somebody, when you love them, I feel like I should have wanted to give you what you enjoyed, what you loved about the feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was something that I had to work on, being comfortable with it, because I didn't want you to I'm sure you felt like at first it was like you felt like awkward. It was like I was awkward with it. I'm sure you felt that.
Well, what I felt was rejection.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
if the roles were reversed, I would feel rejected as well.
Yeah. I felt rejection.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And it wasn't asking a lot. It was just something I wasn't used to. So it's something I had to get used to.
And being single for that long,
yes, I didn't have to do none of that.
Gotta do none of this.
I didn't have to do none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't care about making people happy. I just didn't.
Yeah.
So that's why it just took me that long to settle into that, to really understand that this was something that you needed.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted, yes, but needed to feel loved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I settled into it. I made up my mind, first of all, that I was going to do it.
Change your mind, change your life.
Yeah. I made up my mind that I was going to do it, that I was going to try to do it and be okay. And then once I settled into it, this is not bad at all, because I feel like, I feel the love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel the love reciprocated.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
man.
And that's what we should do for each other. You know? That's what we should
Loving
do.
each other in spite of each other.
Yeah.
You know, so because like for me, it was just like, man, it's like I wanted nothing more than just to experience your touch and touching you and just being connected to you and smooching and I like hugging, touching, I like kissing a lot.
Yeah.
And when I wasn't getting that was really hard. That was really, really hard. And I'm not gonna say hard to love you, but hard to stay loving you because I felt rejected all the time.
Okay, I can see that.
But like I said, for years, we talking years. Like the amount of years, it's crazy. The amount of years it took you to get comfortable and feel safe is the amount of years that I felt rejected.
Wow. Okay.
Marinate. Let that marinate.
Let it marinate, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ain't that a trip?
That's a trip.
But because, like I told y'all at some point in these things that I decided that my marriage was going to be my marriage and I was going to do everything to fight for it. And, because you fight for what you love.
Right.
If it's important to you, you fight for it.
You fight for it.
And everything is never going to be all one way and all great. But, because you have to both be on the same page. But there has to be someone leading that charge. And I had to be the one leading the charge because you were perfectly happy not being affectionate.
Content.
You were perfectly happy without it. We come together when we come together. And other than that, hey, what's that? I'm back home.
Yeah.
And here he comes. And what's so funny to me is all of the IG and TikTok and Facebook memes and the videos.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The husbands are just like, hey.
Yeah.
Look,
can't pass through the kitchen, the living room. I mean, can't go to the bathroom. It is so funny.
You can't pass by me without me.
No,
reaching out and touching.
That's right.
That's
right.
And because she used to be like, "Why you always gotta touch me?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "But you know what I can tell you? You will never walk out of this house and have somebody desire or compliment you more than me."
Yep. Yeah. I remember that.
You will never. There will never be somebody on your job outside this house that notices you, sees you, compliments you, and desires you more than me. So I decided that my marriage was going to be the best it could possibly be. And I was going to do everything within my power to make sure it was the best it could possibly be. And I mean, like, so when you didn't feel like being affectionate, I was like, I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out. And you know what's crazy? Everything in my life was made me who I need to be for you. My daddy.
Yeah.
Because I had to ask my daddy months in advance to get something. And he still wouldn't answer me. Sounds some parallels.
Yeah.
See some parallels?
Yeah. I see it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. So when I got with you, it's like, I'm used to this.
Yeah, used to this.
I'm used to beating my head up against the wall till I get what I want.
Right.
But in this case, it was just trying to close you on the fact that we could have more abundant relationship, more abundance in our relationship. And you were like, well, what's wrong with our relationship? And I was like, you don't see anything wrong? You're like, no. I was like, oh, that's a problem. And then you'd be like, what you mean it's a problem? What you mean it's a problem? I feel like you put much pressure on me. Oh my God. I'm like, I'm not putting no pressure on you. I'm just trying to figure this out because I know that I cannot spend the rest of my life like this.
Yeah.
And then, and so it was, I mean, it worked. I mean, I was chipping away, but I was prophetic when I said I was going to be the wrecking ball to break down the walls, but I didn't realize what that meant. I didn't realize how long that was going to be.
Yeah. You spoke it.
I didn't realize that was gonna be like decades.
It was prophetic.
It was definitely prophetic. But the thing is, the relation and y'all, the relationship wasn't bad. I just wanted to be better. I'm a pusher.
Mm-hmm.
And her and my sister always talk about you a pusher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm a pusher, but I'm pushing for good stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it should be
But
okay.
still a pusher.
Should be okay. And so to those who would say that her not being affectionate should have been something that I just dealt with. Well, whenever you're dating and everybody's all cool being affectionate and loving and touchy and, sexy and, and then that stops, it always feels like false advertising. And so I'm like, well, I could be like the weak at heart and say, well, you know what? This isn't what you sold me. So I'm going to leave.
Right. You could have. Which
was not what you wanted.
No. Oh, no.
And you were like, I can't understand. You'd be like, I don't understand. What's wrong? You'd have been like, what's wrong? I've been like, what's wrong? What you mean, what's wrong? When the last time you kissed me? Mm-hmm. Like the little turtle on the Tootsie Pop. 1, 2, 3. How many licks does it take? But I understood that was a trick of the enemy to get me in my flesh. Mm-hmm. And the killer piece is like, I'm on the road. I'm on the road a lot. I'm around a lot of people a lot. And the same thing that I said, that no one would notice you more than I do, and no one would compliment you more than I do, then I had to deal with the fact that wasn't the way on my side.
Right.
But I had decided in here that it didn't matter. That somebody coming and complimenting me more and noticing more and greener grass.
Greener looking glass.
No, it's greener.
It was greener. It was greener.
Oh, it's greener.
It's greener.
It's greener grass. But again, when you get to the other side, you don't know what kind of grass it is. And you don't know why that grass is green.
Right.
That grass might be green because they just put some fertilizer in it for the first time in 10 years.
Right.
Then when you get there, you're like, well, why does grass don't stay green? Well, you got to keep putting fertilizer, because it's not the evergreen,
right.
Or whatever horticultural answer you got. So for me, it was just like, there is no one that's going to be able to, A, take me away from you, and B, get me to the point to where I'm just like, you know what? Because I'm determined. And then when y'all know me, whenever I got it on my head, I'm going till I achieve my goal.
Yep.
And so I was just trying to sell her on it. And then I just stopped selling her on it. I stopped. I said, okay, I'm good. I'm not going to sell her on it anymore. I'm going to use my faith. And so I just started talking to God. And instead of getting mad at her or getting frustrated with her, I would just walk away and talk to God.
Yeah.
Be in my shower.
Yep.
Lord, we kiss and hug and touch and have coitus till the day we die. Regular coitus, without the aid of stimulants or pills or anything like that. Till we die. We have a loving relationship. I thank you, Lord, that she desires me. I thank you, Lord, that she just wants to be with me and she wants to kiss me and hug me and hold me. Yeah, I just thank you for that. And then I walk out to her not recognizing that I shaved. Not recognizing that I just got a haircut. And I say, boy, you test me fast, huh, devil? You test me fast, huh? But I didn't take that personal. Because again, I know who you are.
Yeah.
So knowing who you are was the thing that saved us.
Right.
Learning you really quickly was the thing that saved us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And being saved. Because we say a lot of
Oh yeah.
If we wouldn't have, like
if
we told y'all
have
before,
God in our lives,
you have to have that third party in your life, the spiritual party in your life. Because if it's just you two, then you're going to get into your flesh, into your id. Psychologically speaking, you'll be in your id. You'll be selfish the whole time. It'll be about me, I, my. And that is not conducive to us and we and they.
No.
Us and we, that's not it. No. It's not conducive to that. So, wait. I had something really good, man. Oh, yeah. So the reason that I was cool whenever I would be going on the road for 2.5 weeks and lower my affection meter, empty, right? because I realized something in college. Because I pay attention to people's relationships. I pay close attention to relationships. And what I noticed was that everybody got baggage.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has baggage. And and side note, I got even when I was taking psychology classes at in school, in college, then I realized that everybody got some dysfunctional families.
Oh, yes.
They don't have. There's not many families. I don't think
there's
any
dysfunction
family.
in every family.
I don't think there's any family without dysfunction. So whenever you start crying about my family's dysfunctional, I mean everybody's family.
There are levels.
It's just levels.
There are levels of dysfunction, but everyone.
But everybody got levels. So when I realized that everybody got dysfunctional,
because we are flawed people,
and I realized that everybody's got baggage. Because I watch people trade up. There's people that always they're always looking for better. Like if you're in a room, in a networking room, and you're talking to them, and you're talking to them and having a conversation, engaged, and they're looking around you and around. They're looking for the next person to talk to. That people have relationships like that.
Right.
They're always looking to trade up. I'm not going to commit to you because there might be something better. There might be something better. But that's never been me, because I realized that everybody's got baggage. And whether your Samsonite that I know inside and out doesn't look as good and isn't as appealing to me now as that Louis Vuitton luggage. The Louis Vuitton luggage is more expensive. It's of supposedly higher quality, but it still holds baggage.
Ooh. Yeah.
And when I open that pretty bag, that expensive bag, that well-made, well-put-together bag, what am I going to find in that bag, in that suitcase? I'm like,
sometimes way more complicated.
There can't be anything that much better in that suitcase than is in my Samsonite, because I still got stuff in my Samsonite that I do not know, and I'm still yet to uncover. Right. Because this is an onion. Right. There's layers.
Right. But all of us.
Yeah. But I'm talking about me. Me. I'm like, because I still got. But I know 90%, a good 85, 90% of this Samsonite.
Exactly.
Samsonite. And I hate saying Samsonite because it's almost like I'm telling you that you're average and pedestrian.
No, but you're not.
But that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what you're saying.
But that's the only luggage brand that I could think about.
Yeah.
But let me say this: your Louis Vuitton and somebody's Hermes. Okay. That's high. Both of them are high level. One of them was real high level, and it's something that you think you would want because it's so high level. But when you unzip it, the stuff on the inside is the same.
Right.
And whenever I understand what I know in your Louis Vuitton suitcase, I know what that is.
Right.
I know how to deal with that. It very rarely takes me by surprise. I'm working through it so that I can make everything in it nice and neat and cool and comfortable and great for me and you. Why would I give that up to go and start, like you said a while ago, like you said on the last thing? Why would I give that up to go to that Hermes bag, and start all over? Because I don't know what's in there. And I'm not saying I'm staying out of fear. It's not fear. I'm staying because I know it. I like what I got. I think with a little bit of tweaking, it could be the best for me. But the fact that you, and this is another thing in a relationship. I don't know where I heard it from. I don't know if it was a church or if it was a motivational speaker or some kind of video. I don't know. But it's probably a church. Because when I heard this, I applied that to our relationship. They said, if your partner has a willing spirit,
church,
that is worth a lot. That's worth a lot. Now, there have been seasons where I didn't think you really had a willing spirit because you kind of said you didn't. But in other areas of our relationship, I saw that you had a willing spirit. When you know that, first of all, when you know that you hurt me, it hurts you.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Especially whenever you do it
devastated.
And you just did it.
Yeah.
And then you realize, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I probably should have.
I was devastated.
Then you didn't, and you making me feel, and I be so mad because I'm like, no, it's my chance to be mad. I gotta be
devastated.
I can't be sitting up here consoling you because you just cut me. But because I can see and I can tell that you have big love for me. You know what I'm saying? Big love. So I'm like, okay, I can work with it. And then whenever you realize that the way you were thinking wasn't conducive to us having cohesion or being all we could be, then you worked on it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And you worked on you.
Right.
And you know, and because I push so much in the beginning, I don't push anymore. I pray. Ooh, that was good. Right? But I used to push so much in the beginning. I feel like you were going, what's wrong with me? Why am I so messed up? And you would articulate that sometimes. And I'm like, baby, you're not messed up. You just stuck. And you're not willing to see different ways. Or are you not comfortable with it and you're not trying to get comfortable with it?
Yeah.
You know, I said, so you're not nothing wrong with you. We just got to work this thing out.
Right.
So I go from being mad to counseling again. I'm like, but you just rejected me.
In most cases, I wasn't comfortable.
Yeah. And didn't know how to articulate.
And didn't know how to articulate it until I thought about it a while.
Yeah.
You know.
But I know you were always thinking about it because you would, you know, I catch you. You all right? Oh, no, I'm just thinking about it. What you thinking about? Nothing. Okay. Come on. Well, what I was thinking about was this. And, you know, so I was like, oh, okay. And whenever people ask me about, you know, relationships and stuff like that, and I said, you got to have a willing spirit, because the day that I walked in the kitchen and you was washing dishes, crying, never forget it. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Nothing. I said, but you crying. Did I do something? What'd I do? I did something? No, it's not you. You sure? You what? Come on now.
Positive.
It's not you. Okay, cool. And I walk away because at that point I wasn't pushing. I had learned not to push because if I keep pushing, then she's gonna say something cocked up from the rocks just to get me off.
That's right.
And then now I'm gonna be mad
when I don't understand what's going on.
Defense.
When I'm not, you know,
offense. She gets offensive.
Right. When I'm not understanding what's going on with me.
Yeah, you get offensive to get people off you.
Yeah. Just chill.
Just chill, bro.
Just chill,
do
bro.
Small.
Yeah,
like I said,
just chill. It's not about you. It's not about you.
So I walked away, and then a couple of days, I don't know if it's a couple of days or later on that night or whatever, she came to me and she said, you know what? I was washing dishes and I realized. You remember what you said?
That I was selfish.
And I was like, really? And you said, yeah. I said, well, what made you think about that? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I remember the day. I don't remember all of the thoughts I had. I don't know, but I remember I said that.
Yeah. She started crying again. She said, "I just remember that I'm selfish, and I don't like the fact that I'm selfish." And I was like, "It took everything I had to not kick a joke."
Glad you didn't,
because I'll be kicking a joke.
Yeah,
I will.
I'm glad
kick
you
a joke.
didn't. Yeah.
I didn't kick a joke. I just said, "Oh wow, that's big." So that's big. That's movement.
Yeah.
I'm giving all the positive reinforcement I can give.
It was.
I'm giving positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was like, wow. That was a trip. It was a trip. So when I saw that, I was like, okay. So this is somebody who, when they realize that they've done something or that something is wrong, this person is going to try to figure out how to fix it. From that point on, I was like,
you can work with that.
We can work with that. All I got to do though, that the hardest part is getting her to realize that there's something that needs fixing. Then once she gets that, then she do it.
True.
And the other thing is, and later on in our relationship, matter of fact, like 7 years ago, 2017, we took these assessments, and we're gonna offer that at some point for y'all. But we took these assessments that showed us who we were naturally and who we were in our adaptive states. And once she saw that was a big turning point for us as well, because she was like, "Why am I not like you?" I'm like, "You're not supposed to be like me." "Yeah, but I don't feel like I feel like I'm so." I said, "But you're not supposed to be like me." And no matter how much I said that, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. But
then she got the test result and she was like, "Oh, I am like this, and it's okay."
Yeah.
So once she realized that it was okay to be her, that nothing was wrong with her, that's just how she was, then everything just kind of fell into place.
Right.
There was a big.
Yeah, I could breathe.
Yeah.
Because I was in a state of yeah, I had a lot of anxiety going on before then, trying to figure it out. So, yeah, I was going through.
And it wasn't that I was doing.
Just going through trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Where things, the root of things, where things come from, why, the whys and hows and all that stuff, that stuff kind of went away.
Yeah, because she goes from being in a situation where she's in the jail culture, the law enforcement culture, and it's kind of like individual silos, and then she comes into the entertainment business where we're out in the wild with people on a stage with a spotlight, no matter where we go.
Yeah,
and she's like, I don't like this, and I know I'm supposed to kind of like be able to do it, but I don't like it and I can't do it. And I don't understand. Why can't I be like you? I said, because you're not me.
Right.
And it's okay. To the point, I'm always making the adjustment. Whenever we go to family functions or we go to anything in Lake Charles and it's anything close like this here in the city, if it's somewhere where I know I'm going to be there longer than she wants to be there, I say, you might want to drive.
And I do.
And she does. Or when she thinks it's going to be something more than it is, she's always thinking it's going to be more than it is. She's like, I'm going to drive. I'm like, you ain't got to drive, bitch. She's like,
because if you're having a great time, I don't want to have to disturb you. I'm going to come home when I want to come home, and Yeah.
And see, we don't have no knockdown drag out about it.
We don't.
You want to do what? Okay.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
This has been a great time, but I'm ready to go.
Because she's an extroverted introvert.
Yes.
There's a hard
stop.
There's a point in the
when
night
the fun is over.
How does that feel, baby? Explain to the people how that feels.
I mean, I can't explain it. It's just there's a time where I'm having a great time, and then we're laughing and talking, or I'm just observing everybody, listening in on conversations, having a great time. And then there's a time where it's like a switch goes off in my head, and it's like time to go, and I'm looking for the exit. I'm ready to go. And, I don't, like they say in church, there's no room for tarrying. I'm just ready to go.
Beeline, you ain't making eye contact.
Okay, y'all, I'm ready. This has been great. I'll see y'all later.
Y'all leaving? Nuh-uh.
Yep.
Just me?
No, just me.
Yeah, Sean, we drove separate cars.
Yeah.
Really? Y'all did? Yep. For this very reason? For this very reason, right?
Yep. I'm going home and get cleaned up and get into bed, look at television or whatever. I'm just ready. There's a time where I'm just ready to not be social. Love everybody, but there's a time. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So yeah, so this one was about PDA, public displays of affection, and affection in the marriage.
Yeah,
and we didn't really go into how important it is or statistics or anything like that. Just about how we worked our way through it. Yeah. She has not been the affectionate. She wasn't the affectionate one coming into the relationship.
No.
And I was the affectionate one coming into the relationship. So in the context of the relationship, she realized that was a problem. Mostly because I kept telling her it was a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could clearly see, I understood that you weren't just saying that it was a problem. Yeah. So my job was to fix it, to deal with whatever issues I had about it, and to give you what you needed. Because of course I wanted you to, I love you. I want you to have what you need.
Yeah.
And I know that if the roles were reversed, you would give me what I needed.
Yeah. And and she was like, I think she could see that I was shutting down, and she's like, well,
yeah,
and then that's not me. So now I'm not being myself. I'm having to cut off a part of me to be in this relationship,
right?
and cutting off that part really was affecting me big time. And she saw that, and so she started making some adjustments here and there, and it's mostly talking. And again, y'all, this was over the course of a long time because I'm still shell shocked, so I'm not pushing.
Right.
I'm still not being the affectionate person I want to be because I don't want to make her uncomfortable. You know, so we've both made the thing. So I guess the pro tip here is to talk, make the adjustments, but constantly communicate how you feel, what your needs are, what your wants are. And be able to distinguish what your needs and wants are. Like, I need this or I want this.
Right.
Figure out how to distinguish the two. And if you're, like I said, if you're the non-affectionate one, then figure out what your level of acceptance is with the affection. Right. You know, and if you're thinking, well, they should just accept that. Well, I'm willing to put all the money I got on it that you were super affectionate before y'all got married. And if you weren't, it ain't your fault. But if you were, if you sold that monkey, this is what he gonna do. He gonna dance all the time. And then you get married and he don't dance no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a great salesperson. You're like, you sold me a lemon.
Right.
You sold me a lemon. So if that was the case, then it's the onus is on you to either fix it or be like, you know what, dude, you know what, lady, I'm never going to be that person you need me to be. And y'all got to have that conversation. Yeah. And then you got to see, is this a deal breaker? But if you came into it without it, and now that person has changed and they want it, if you love them, figure it out.
You'll do the work.
Figure it out. She can
it's
tell
worth
you.
it.
She can tell you how.
You'll do the work.
She can tell you if it's worth it. I don't know. I'm on the other side.
Yeah, it is. It is worth it. It's worth it. You know. And like I said, I just made in my mind, number one, changed my mind about how I felt about PDA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or just affection, period. You know.
Or DA. Yeah. Displays of affection.
Displays of affection.
In the house, outside
in the house. And changed my mind about it. And then, I had to, I made a choice to give you what you needed.
Yeah.
And
it's cool.
It wasn't complicated. I just had to get, for me, not being that person, I had to adapt.
Yeah.
That wasn't just something that was innate in me. It just wasn't. So I decided to adapt.
And for those of y'all who go, well, why she had to adapt? Understand that I had already adapted.
To not. Yeah. Yeah.
I had adapted to a lot.
And it's not about had to.
Well, I chose to.
I didn't have to do anything.
Right, but for success, we had to.
I chose to do that for him, for us.
You chose me, I chose you.
Yes.
I chose to cut off that part of me because you weren't ready for that part of me. You chose to open up that part of you because I wanted that part of you. And we were ships passing in the night until we weren't.
Right. Yeah.
So it's work and it's consideration and it's communication.
Yeah.
So that's the three for today. Work, consideration, communication, public displays of affection inside the home, whatever, intimacy, touchy-feely, kissing, all stuff, whatever it is, talk about it, figure out what your level of comfort is, be honest about that because your partner knows. When she be like, okay, cool, and you kiss me like this. Them hard lips. Ooh, that's a story right there.
Yeah.
Kiss me with them hard lips, be like, because we joke about it. I'll be like, I used to be like, soft lips, please. And she was like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it. Don't give me no hard lips, woman. Don't give me no hard lips. And then for years, it was years, get her hard lips. But now, come on, now. She comes straight with this. Woof.
Won't he do it?
Won't he will? All right, y'all. Until next time, I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
And we have just given you tips on how to have a better marriage daily, how to love each other in spite of each other. So until next time, we'll holler. Baby, I'm gonna take my time.